called upon to do. The provision of befitting official residential accommodation was to make the judges more comfortable in the discharge of their judicial duties. As recollected on that day, Your Excellency made a firm commitment to assist in building befitting official residential accommodation for the court. Your Excellency further promised that despite the huge cost implications, the project would be completed in the shortest possible time. Your Excellency, you have kept your word. For within 3 years, we are gathered here today to commission and hand over what you promised. We thank you very much for this very rare gesture. Your Excellency, in fulfilling your promise, you have made history by making your state the first to build both the court complex and residential accommodation for judges of the NICM, resident and working in your state. This historic gesture is no doubt unique, unparalleled, and unprecedented. Indeed, Rivers State has set the pace in the kind of collaboration that is desirable amongst the tiers of government. To my brother judges who would be moving into these befitting residential houses, I urge you to join me in giving His Excellency and the good people of Rivers State the firm commitment that we will strive hard to ensure that these official residential houses bequeathed to us will be well maintained and taken care of. On a final note, I stand here on behalf of the entire judges, management, staff, and friends of the court to accept with gratitude these beautifully built and furnished houses, which shall house the judges of the Port Harcourt Division of the court. Your Excellency, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you and the good people of Rivers State. Kindly accept our warm regards and thanks. God bless you all.
Your Excellencies,
distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give a speech, may I respectfully invite the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, Power of Sports, Africa.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, ably presented, my Lord Excellency Justice Mary Audley, Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the wife, the Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, my Lords, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, the President of National Industrial Court, and the Right Honorable Speaker of the State House of Assembly, distinguished senators that are here, justices of the Court of Appeal, judges of the Rivers State Judiciary, and that of Industrial Court, my Lord, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, the members of the State Executive Council, Chairman of my party, and the Zonal Party Chairman that are here, the Chairman of the Rivers State National Rulers Council, the Amanabo of Opopo, leaders of our state, my dear brothers and friends, the members of the body of senior advocates led by OCJ Okocha, former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, and another former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Okewale. My very good friends are invited, even though the president of the Industrial Court wanted to take the show from me, that he invited them, I invited them, they are classmates, I will not dispute that. But who invited them is me, and they have been with me. So let the record be there. The former Minister of Justice, Bella Doke and Damian Dodo, former Deputy Speakers. Luckily for us, God may bless River State, we've had two former Deputy Speaker, Chibion Woody and Osmapa, former Governor of River State, Sedese Ngozi. I don't know where the former Deputy Governor was then. Is there. So all of us, leaders of our state, Chief Awuse and co, all of you, I want to greet all of you. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the Chief Justice, let me, on behalf of the government and people of River State, most sincerely thank you for honoring our invitation to come today to the Dealing Commission, the quarters of the judges of the Industrial Court. I remember sometimes ago you were also here to commission the buildings for the judges of River State Judiciary and also that of the Court of Appeal. We sincerely want to thank you that each time we invite you, you have always honored our invitation. So on behalf of the government and people of the state, we say thank you for that. My Lord, it's important, just like the president of the Industrial Court did say, the chairman of the NBA Port Harcourt said that when the Industrial Court was created, that it was in Calabar and we did not have accommodation. And then again, in Bayelsa, we did not have accommodation. The truth of the matter, and let us tell the truth, and let the truth save us. First of all, the Industrial Court was given to River State to establish. I do know that time the Honorable Member House of Representatives, the former Chief Judge of River State. You see, when you leave office, people will forget. You see, madam, now you are learning that this power. Once you have left, that's how they will forget about us too very soon. So I'm very sorry, my lord, that you just gave me the space now that I saw you. I'm sorry. So, River State refused to accept to house the Industrial Court. The then Attorney General Ken Chikere fought over it and said it would be very wrong for us not to accept to host the Industrial Court. That was not only, even the law school was given to River State for the South-South region. River State government then also refused to provide the venue for law school. And that was how law school went to Bayelsa. And for us, we believe that going to Bayelsa, 80% of the cases in Bayelsa come from River State. Look at the security challenges. Look at the economic hardship where you allow your lawyers and litigants to move from here to Yenegua. You could meet anything on the road, nobody knows. And then transportation and the cost of it. So when we came on board, we told the Chief Judge then, Justice Labekram, to see whether, before we build the court, whether it can provide a space for the Industrial Court, and which she obliged the court. No, before there's a question, that was just simple. He obliged, and then of course, the shutting down of the court and the rest of it. But thank God that the NRC agreed that we should build a court, and which we did. And to the glory of God, that court is standing today. And now we're here today to commission the quarters. I wrote to my Lord, the President of the National Industrial Court, and he sent that letter to the CJN for approval. And he wrote to me that yes, they will accept us constructing the industrial court. Of course, you know, I was wondering why is the president sending to CJN for approval and this? In fact, I told that to John, what is our headache? Why are we wasting? Okay, let's use the money for nothing. Instead that the letter came. That same period we are talking about this, I said we will accept. And then I said I was going to invite him to come and flag up the foundation. But just like the contractor said, I came here with some of my friends to see what was going on. Because here before used to be one of the government guest houses. Here used to be one of the government guest houses. In fact, my Lord, the protector of the CJ was asking me, and I said, well, it's just sad, but this here used to be one of the guest houses of the government house. This Element Street. If you had come here before now, probably, my Lord, the President, he made that I accepted for this place to be built. As all you are seeing now are urban renewal. In the next few days, you see all the street lights on. This is being done by Julius Berger, Nigeria Limited. All the roads here being done by Julius Berger. So if you were here before, maybe he may not have accepted. But thank God that you've come when the whole place looks different. So when I came, and one of the things that entered my said, look, how are we going to maintain these guest houses? Sometimes you have government guest houses, you don't have visitors, and then those who work here, you know, I don't know what they call them. Is it service? What do they call them? Now, what do you call them? This one, Sam, what do they call them now? Yeah, the owners of the house, kitchen, I don't know what they call them. Stewards, thank you, God bless you. You know, some of us who are not in charge of the kitchen, we don't even know what they call them. Steward, before you know, they have taken over the guest houses. So I came here and said, who will control this place? How? They will stay here, they will bring in all kinds of people. Then I told the contractor, look, he said, look, okay, this place is too much for judges. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, we'll go down for this judges. I said, okay. It is here by industrial court judges' quarters. So some politicians came, saying, no, build another place, not there. I said, don't worry, I'll build another place for you people, but here it's for judges. It's built like a government house. If you know how government house is a bigger, I think the man copied government house, thinking he will use that to be collecting contracts from us. So if you've been to a government house before, that is the way. But government house is better than this. So you don't need to compare. You don't need that was built by Julius Berger and this is built by Lubrix. So the difference is so government house cannot be like the same here. No, it will be unfair. Executive must take, we bring the money, so we should take better position. But see, the point has been made that, look, for us, one of the things that attracted me to build for not judges of River State, also judge of Federal Court, I was chief of staff. And around 12 in that, I was called that I won't name the name of the judge, I won't call the judge name, but for the Federal Court, I won't mention. That the man had been locked out. I said, how? That the landlord said they have not paid. 11, 12. We couldn't get the landlord till about 2 a.m. We told the judge to stay at the prison. Why? So we tried to get the landlord. Look, why would he do this? Look, he has tried his best. If on this rent, he pays the children's school fees. If on this rent, they survive. But for the past 5 years, they have not paid him. How will he continue to survive? In that case, we're also survive. But let us look at it. The man has not been paid for 5 years. This only means of his survivor. And again, look at the embarrassment. A judge came back, the doors have been locked. They can't enter. So, and he has explained to the landlord, look, this due process, the man said, when I was given, they didn't tell me about due process. So when would the due process come and he needs his money. So from that day, I had this feeling that why should judges be exposed to this kind of things that could lead to the threat of their life? And I said no. And so God gave me the opportunity to saddle the responsibility of governance. And so when this came, I said, look, my attorney general said, look, these judges, I said, where are they living? They said they rented was, what happened when I was chief of staff will not happen. Thank God, today we're here for them to have this. Look, all these areas you are seeing, the government has acquired all. So you don't have people who are a threat to you. Have acquired for government here, all here, we have paid. We don't want those who cannot identify who they are to live nearer to the judges. Because as we are now, security is very, very important. You must know those who are living nearer. So tomorrow you'll be able to say, look, who are those around here? And luckily, here is security tight. There's nothing anybody can do. Yes, security tight. And we are also acquiring to build for judges of the Federal High Court. The judges of Federal, some of them are living somewhere, rented apartment. And I know the landlord has told me that they have not paid them for some years now. So nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. But you see again, that now comes to tell you the autonomy of judiciary. Federal government saying they believe in the autonomy. Believe in the autonomy, we will agree. The autonomy, the rent is there. They've not got the money. You know, when you see people playing politics, and most of us are buying in the federal government is interested in autonomy. No, it's not true. What they are doing is to see how they can use the state to cover. To think that the state is the people that are making us not to grant autonomy. You that say you have granted, what is the position of our federal courts today to show how much do you release? We are borrowing to implement the budget. It means therefore that whatever you have borrowed, the funds that are being allocated to the various arms of government must be released as at when due. And so the heads of court should now use the money to see that the condition of the courts at the federal level are not the same. And so we must tell ourselves the simple truth. Mr. President of Nigeria, I'm not with you. I know you are with the federal government. But the truth of the matter is it true that the federal government wants autonomy of the judiciary? If the federal government wants autonomy of the judiciary, how can a government today will say that the court should be shut down 2 months, almost 2 months now? Which country can survive a court to be shut down for 2 months? Assuming that the federal government is really interested in the autonomy of this. Assuming. So, there must be more to it. And Nigerians will witness what will happen. Nobody should be carried away. Nobody should be carried away. I'm sorry, my Lord the Chief Justice. I'm sorry, my Lord the President. That is your own tier of government. Our own tier of government is the state. The Constitution recognizes 3 tiers of government: the state government, the federal government, and the local government. And under the federal government, you have the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So also it applies to the state. And under that system, the executive is the only arm of government that can present budget to the legislature. The judiciary cannot go to the legislature to present budget. It's unknown anywhere in the democracy. It's unknown. It is the head of the executive that has the responsibility to present the annual expenditure of the country, of the state, to the legislature. The judiciary cannot present budget to the legislature. No, the arm of government, legislature, executive, and the judiciary will put the annual expenditure for the executive to present to the legislature. And when the legislature passes it, it is the executive through me, whether you like it or not, if I don't sign, if I don't sign the budget, it will not work. It's not whether you like me, wait till May 29th, 2023. For now, I will be the one. If I don't sign the budget, it is not implementable, except the legislature overrides it with 2/3 majority. I don't know who will get that 2/3 majority. So it is as truthful. So when people are playing to the gallery, if they tell you people that they're telling you they have presidential implementation of the autonomy of the legislature and it's a lie. It's a lie. They know it is not correct. Now playing people while say, oh, you know, we have done our own part, it's the governors. Sign what? Me. And we are signing which committee report? Presidential, we are practicing federal system. I'm not bound by any presidential implementation committee to tell me I should come and know how to obey the constitution. He won't tell me that. Nobody will tell me if I don't obey the constitution, there's a penalty for it. And that penalty should be imposed by the legislature. It's not for the federal government to tell me I should sign a committee, how to spend money. No, I will not do that. I will not do that. Any governor can sign, but me, I will not. I will not delegate my power to another person. I will not do that. So, and again, I hear that they say they want to deduct money. What are you deducting? Nobody can deduct our money because what are you going to deduct? It's not there. I've already paid all the money. In fact, what I deduct is less than what I have released to the judiciary. So who will pay me back? So NJC, Mama, you are the deputy chairman of NJC. So you take it home. Nobody should touch my money, my river state money. Nobody should do that. Because it is not going to happen. It will not happen. I support the autonomy, but the autonomy must be in line with the constitutional provision. Federal government cannot come through the back door, through the presidential. You know somebody, I hear one Italian who hates governors, he wants to be a governor, but he hates governors. I have implemented financial autonomy on the judiciary and legislature to the fullest. I challenge any state that will say, oh, they are implementing more than us. We governors who have met severally, and anybody can see the records. In fact, from when they even agreed, if they begin to deduct that, the judges and rivers edition will suffer the more. But when they are going to deduct the amount, it's far from what I give to them at their current expenditure monthly as overhead. But that is what our state is. Who will approve the kind of money we spend to build this building for you? Who? Who will approve it? It is not going to work. So you can stay there and talk. We politicians too will come back, we'll talk and talk. They say state legislators, they are not assertive. If matters some are they assertive. They want the state legislature to be assertive, but you are not assertive. Anything president brings, you sign. Even the one that put the country in problem, you sign. Even the head of the legislature said, anything president brings, you will sign it. Is it my own legislator that me I will sign, they won't sign? Or you are Messiah. No, we too have Messiah here. So we must face the reality for the country to move. If there's any state that's not implementing, with due respect, the judicial should know what to do in that state and say, we are not going to work. We are not going to work. The president the chairman of NBA, said, yes, I will beseech you to do it, beseech me to do it when you are supporting judicial. How will I do it? You are beseeching me to do it. How will I do well? Beseech judicial.
to do the right thing. Luckily for us, we started implementing the policy, no work, no pay. The Rivers State government will not pay judiciary workers in this June. If heaven will come down, let it come down now. Let us see God. Nobody can sit at home when we have not committed any offense for you to go on strike. And you expect us to continue to pay. We will not pay. No work, no pay. If that is what you will say, this man does not like judiciary. Yes. In fact, I don't want to be good again. Because every day you are good, you are good. What does I want to be bad now? I'm not going to pay. Even the legislature asked them, what is the problem in Rivers State? The parliamentarians, the workers came, they were being owed by the former government for 4 years. I came, I cleared it. As I speak to you, since 2021, I have paid everybody. So tell me what is the strike for? Every morning for the parliamentarians, for the legislative workers, we have paid everything to 2021. You say you are going on sympathy strike. What is sympathy strike? The law is clear. If you want to go on sympathy strike, you can take 2 days, 3 days to support. Now you grant everything, and then you are sitting on top of that collecting salary when you didn't work for just no offense. No. Rivers State won't do that. We will not pay for this. If you want to do, after all, didn't they go to Kaduna? What happened? I don't know back now to work. That is where there's a problem. This one has no problem. We have paid everything, giving the judiciary every of their money, whether capital, recurrent. We don't ask what are you doing. Yet we are still with our own votes building for the judiciary. And you're going on strike. To do what? To do what? So, the matters will come to you, whether anybody likes it or not. That's why I don't want to wear a suit for now. I'm dressing as a governor, as a politician. Because when a politician, you are doing, before you know, they will crumble your government. So me, I will not allow anybody to crumble our own government. If we are wrong, we will admit and say, look, we are wrong. But in this case, where are we wrong? By releasing the force meant for judiciary, or by releasing the force meant for the legislature, where are we wrong? So, we cannot continue to work that way. And I've told the head of service that anybody, of course, if I see where they are living, you know they can't even keep their buildings well. You can't. They got it overhead, go and see where they are living, Switzerland. It's a terrible thing. My Lord, what worry people here is not to come and clean your houses. So. No, we won't do that. If people cannot maintain where you live, cut the grasses, then it's a business. Only way I can assure you what we can do here is to adequately give you the diesel and the rest. That's so that you will not complain of no power. No. But to sweep your house where you're living, we will not do that. No, I've been to a lot of people living in government houses. Oh, don't worry. Just to cut your grass, you expect government to come and cut your own. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. You expect government now to go and buy refuse bin for you here, where what you have generated in your house, all the vegetables you have cooked, you ate alone. You did not call me to eat. Even if you call me, I won't call because you are independent. So you generate the refuse. You can't even buy a dustbin and put that refuse there and bring it out for foolish government to carry for you. You will carry it, go and put it on the street there. Even the list, all the OGRA, ask them, their houses, how many of them they have refuse bin? How many of them? See where their people are living. See where they are living. We cannot provide a refuse bin that put all the okras they are eating and put there and don't run it in the morning outside there. Then we foolish government will come and carry it for you. No problem. You're not paying, no. But they will prefer. Ada will come. Go and throw away this thing. Throw away this thing where? For right there. And then you are coming here where the judges are living. And then you look at how unkempt it is. So, you see, we have now developed an idea where the refugees that are dropped there will pack it and throw it back to the owners of the house. Anywhere, we'll throw it there. So you know the difference. So we are willing to partner what we are doing for you here. We'll do it for the army, for the navy, for the police. We have built over 50 flats for navy. We have built over 50 flats for the army and the air force. So it's not peculiar, even in the SSS. We've done that. So it's not peculiar because you are judicial. No. Even the security agencies have done that. In order to enhance, for you to have good security, and this to support you for administration of justice. So tomorrow we'll be in Nigerian Law School to flag off 2 hostels for girls and boys, an auditorium. Nobody, but if you're a South person, you go to that law school, you will cry. You wouldn't even allow your daughter or your son to go there. And so we are touched. I don't know, we have to do something to show that Southside is also different. We want to, if we don't beat what is in Abuja, we should be very close. If I thought Abuja win, it's fine. So what we are doing, nobody should look at it as, oh, it's judiciary. No. We have to do everything to support every agency of government. Immigration, we have given them where to stay. Offices, even the money they make for immigration, they still ask us for generator. I mean, it's a terrible thing. Custom, you ask us for this. Law enforcement, Nigerian law, NDA. They don't even have vehicles. We provide. Not federal agencies. Yet federal government collects more than 50% of the revenue from the revenue sharing formula. Yet all this will fall down to the state. And then you are telling me we are passing a federal system. We say devolve the powers. Remove a lot of your hands. Bring down so that the states can handle this. Then you take small chunk of the money, allow the states so we can have a better system. They say, oh no, no, that's not the way. So I thank you, and therefore I invite my Lord CJN to come and do all the same good thing you're doing for us, to talk to Rivers people, and then commission this edifice. I don't know how beautiful the National Presidency is, but I have not entered inside. Probably because it is his own, but I don't know how you would have entered inside when we have not handed over the keys. It means that somebody must have duplicated the keys. So I have not handed over the keys yet, but I will hand over it to you today. So you will explain to us how beautiful they are. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please be seated. His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, the wife of the Governor, the Honorable Justice Suzette Nyesom Wike, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Dr. Ipalibo Banigo, the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Ikui Ibani, the former Governor of Rivers State, Barrister Celestine Omehia, now a chief, the Presiding Justice of the Court of Appeal and other Justices of the Court of Appeal, the newly appointed Chief Judge of Rivers State, Simeon Amadi, and the immediate Chief Judge of Rivers State, Adama Iyayi, the President, Industrial Court, the Honorable Justice Kanyi, President, Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal, Gabriel Nwankwo J., former deputy speakers, Austin Opara, Nyesom Wike, distinguished senators, and other legislators here present. The former Attorney General of Nigeria, Mohammed Adoke, the leader of the bar, Chief Son OCJ Okocha, Leonard Silk, Didi Dodo, Okewale, and others. The Attorney General of Rivers State, Professor Dango, SAN, Chairman, Port Harcourt Bar Association, Presiding Justice of the Industrial Court, and other justices here present, judges of Rivers State, and judges from other jurisdictions, the Chairman, Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Majesty Douglas Jaja Jeki V, other traditional rulers here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the press, I recognize and acknowledge your presence. The Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Dr. Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, CFR, asked me to make a public apology to His Excellency Nyesom Wike. He profusely apologizes for being physically absent the second time. He is praying that the third occasion he will be here. He said, you are his brother, and he knows you will forgive this infraction of his absence. However, I am grateful to him because he could have sent any other person, but he decided to send me on an assignment I find very pleasurable. That is to be at home with my people. And so, having rendered the apology of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, I will go to the second part of the assignment, the speech of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. It is quite exciting to be in Port Harcourt for the second time in less than 1 year to commission the newly completed state-of-the-art residential quarters for judges of National Industrial Court of Nigeria. By this singular act, Your Excellency has practically demonstrated your affection and innate passion for the welfare and well-being of the Nigerian judiciary. You have remained a strong voice in the clamor for judicial independence and financial autonomy. You do not just say it to attract attention, but have physically demonstrated it in different ways, among which is this occasion that has brought us all to Port Harcourt today. I make bold to say that your actions since mounting the saddle of leadership in Rivers State have clearly shown that you believe strongly in the comfort of everyone, and even the various institutions in your state, both state and federal institutions. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria, for instance, is a federal judicial institution, but you have painstakingly taken it upon yourself to provide one of the basic needs of life for the judges, that is, shelter. There is absolutely nothing in this world that could be compared with peace and comfort. Once they are taken away from a man or woman, no matter the degree of his intellectual capacity and ingenuity, he will certainly lose the requisite concentration and comportment to contribute his best to the development of society. Judicial officers, I must say it clearly, would be cast in the mold of the most hardworking professionals globally, especially in a highly litigious country like Nigeria. Once the basic need of conducive work and residential environments are taken away from them, everything begins to fall apart, and that nation is doomed. There is no better time than now to cater for the well-being of judicial officers in view of the current financial recession. You require a man or woman who is calm and calculated to adjudicate effectively and ingeniously on matters brought before him. The workload on the shoulders of an average judicial officer in Nigeria, even down the ladder to the customary and magistrate courts, is stupendously enormous. Without any ambivalence, I put Your Excellency forward today as a shining example in the committee of contemporary Nigerian political leaders who have the interests and welfare of the Nigerian judiciary at heart, both in words and in action. You are not doing this because you're a lawyer, as we have several lawyers occupying influential political offices in the country, but simply because you are a habitual caregiver and development-conscious political leader. Like I said, during the commissioning of some residential apartments of justices of Court of Appeal and judges of Rivers State High Court sometime last year, the Wike model should be holistically espoused and replicated by other governors in the country for rapid development and growth of the Nigerian judiciary. It is never too late for us to begin to experience and savor the same hand of fellowship and mutuality from other states of the Federation. What is worth doing should be worth doing well with passion and enthusiasm. I would love to see this mind-blowing gesture, which I refer to as the emblem of humanitarianism, replicated all over the nooks and crannies of the country, with a view to lifting the Nigerian judiciary out of the current squalor, which is largely inhibiting the seamless and speedy dispensation of justice. I wish to once again thank and fervently appreciate Your Excellency, Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, for this incredible accomplishment. With this outstanding feat, you have, for the umpteenth time, profoundly hoisted the banner of a true statesman. It is on this note that I humbly commission and dedicate these exquisite apartments, which are a specimen of contemporary architectural masterpiece, to the glory of the Almighty God. Thank you very much. Thank you. No. My turn. Before I start, I would want to apologize to a legal luminary in the Executive Council of the Governor of Rivers State, the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Dana Gugu. It is to the glory of God that I, on behalf of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Dr. Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, commission these palatial, wonderful residential buildings for justices of the Industrial Court.
The judges' quarters has just been commissioned by Honorable Justice Mary Odili who is representing the Chief Justice of Nigeria.
POS, that is Pillar of Africa, Pillar of Sports in Africa, Governor of Rivers State. Commissioned by Dr. Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, CFR, Chief Justice of Nigeria, on this day, the 3rd June 2021, to the glory of God.
What we have here is a typical example of a state-of-the-art exquisite homes built for the comfort and convenience of judges as part of the governor's contribution towards an improved administration of justice in Nigeria. This will go down in history as one of the monumental projects done by the Nyesom Wike administration. And this kind of gesture has a way of boosting the morale of serving judicial officers, as it will constantly remind them of the rewards associated with diligence and hard work.
So me and my brow, I see me and see what is Cyprio. So me and my brow, Tamune me and my bride, Mayana Mosi what is Cyprio. I see me and see what is Cyprio.
To every patriotic citizen of this nation, this is a highly commendable achievement, as the role played by judicial officers in maintaining law and order in the society cannot be overemphasized, which is why the judges that have been chosen as beneficiaries of this kind gesture deserves this and more.
You see what is simply, I'm my see what is simply. I see me and me, I'm a bro. I see me, see what is simply. I'm a bro. So me and my bro, I see me and see what is simply. So me and my bro, I'm me and my bro. I know see what is simple. I see me and see what is simple. I
And that's it from River State, the land of legacy project. And with that, we come to the end of this live broadcast. My name is Akaha Nserim, and on behalf of the entire Obi crew, I would like to say thank you for staying with us. Stay with us as we take you now back to Abuja for a continuation of our scheduled programs. Bye.